Honourable Senators, I wish to draw your attention to the presence in the gallery of family members of the late Christine Wilson. They're the guests of the Honourable Senator Munson. On behalf of all Senators, welcome to the Senate of Canada. Senator Munson.
What a big family. There's 19 of them here today. Honourable Senators, it is Kindness Week, and I want to recognize one of the kindest persons to leave a mark on this city. Christine Wilson was a national and an Ottawa treasure. She was a problem solver, a woman of action, a leader who inspired and led others into transformative initiatives. Christine Wilson lived a life of service, a life of action, a life of engagement. She is a model for the next generation. It started, Honourable Senators, at a very, very early age at home. Her maiden name was Way, and did she ever have a way with people? Christine's parents were deaf, and Christine's first language was sign language. Imagine being a child and talking with your parents through the beauty of sign language. Christine passed away suddenly last July. She was 69. This kind and very special soul has left a trail of accomplishments too numerous to list in a 3-minute statement. As a young nurse and recently married to Murray, she became very engaged in the world of people with disabilities. In their 20s, Christine and Murray brought Jamie into their lives. Jamie has multiple disabilities and is deaf. As their family grew, and knowing that Jamie needed long-term care and that such facilities did not exist, Christine was the driving force in the creation of Total Communication Environment, or TSC. That was 1979, a nonprofit organization that now provides a home for 90 people in 12 homes in Ottawa. The vision of TCE is founded on inclusion and respect, and the belief that all people have the right to live as active members of their community. Their first resident was their son, Jamie, who needed long-term care. Honourable Senators, Christine was just getting started. She then entered a professional career as a sign language interpreter. Those of you astute observers of politics who watched Question Period on television a number of years ago, something I happened to cover a number of years ago, will remember Christine in the corner of the screen providing sign language interpretation. She would be the voice of Pierre Elliott Trudeau or Ed Broadbent. As her husband Murray has said, she gave their voices to those who couldn't hear them. With her hands-on approach, so to speak, she helped create the Sign Language Interpreting Association Ottawa, which has now grown nationally with call centres across the country, removing barriers to communication. Christine was a tenacious advocate for equal health care for the deaf. Christine said, "My father, who was deaf, died when I was 14 and did not have access to interpreters during hospitalization. As a student nurse, I had the opportunity to attend a lecture by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. I reflected that my father had not had access to palliative care. Dr. Kubler-Ross spoke about that. I knew at that time I would try to make things better for the deaf community when they were nearing the end of their lives. The Deaf Palliative Care Team was created in 2009. Honourable Senators, it has always been about inclusion for Christine. Her obituary reads, Christine Hilda Wilson Way set an impossible high bar for the rest of us to follow, but to try is perhaps the best way to celebrate her and remember the bright light she shone on this world. Honourable Senators, Christine Wilson was a saint. Thank you.